We think we've got a very large mesothermal gold project that could easily have millions of ounces of gold.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Aegea Resources Chairman Warwick Gregor. Warwick, very good to meet you. For viewers new to the company, tell us about Aegea Resources and what you do.
Aegea Resources is a turnaround company. 15 months ago, it was looking pretty dire. It was running out of money. It wasn't making any progress with its phosphate project in Brazil. But that all changed when I came on as chairman, raised money and introduced it and to high-grade gold in Colombia via the takeover of Andean Mining. That was completed in July last year, and ever since then, suddenly the world looks fantastic for the company.
So you mentioned Colombia. Your main project there is the Santa Barbara project. You had your maiden gold and silver pour at the beginning of January. You've just raised some more funds to advance to drilling. Tell us more about the potential you're seeing at Santa Barbara.
Well, Santa Barbara has got enormous upside potential for high-grade gold. In fact, we have just, by the time this goes to the air, we will have announced to the stock exchange an exploration target of 2 to 4 million tonnes at 20 to 30 grams per tonne. Now, you do the numbers, and that's 1.5 million ounces to 4 million ounces of very high-grade gold. So that's the exciting future. The actual gold production is ramping up from that first gold pour that you mentioned, so that by the middle of May, we should be producing significant gold in terms of profitability.
So Warwick, you've just raised $1.5 million for the Santa Barbara project. Will you need to return to market, or will you be generating enough cash flow from the mine to grow the operation?
I very much doubt that we'll have to raise any more capital. I'm conscious that each time you do it, you dilute shareholders, and that's not something we want to do. We decided there's a bit of a trade-off. If we raise 1.5 million now, we could accelerate the drilling program and we can get on that path of proving what could be a very substantial gold deposit. So we thought that it was a trade-off for shareholders' benefits. Rather than just wait till we build up the cash flow internally, let's get in there and start drilling early. So we'll have two things going for us. We'll have the expanding gold production and we'll have drill results coming out in Q2. Probably the rigs will start turning within a month of today. And so we've got a lot of news flow coming forward.
And obviously a good time to be producing gold, Warwick, with the current gold price.
Yes, very good time. We couldn't wish for a better time. Bear in mind, though, that with our cash costs expected to be around 400 US an ounce, what the gold price does from one week to the next isn't really material to us. We'll be one of the lowest cost producers in the world.
So Warwick, Santa Barbara is just one of 5 projects you have across Brazil and Colombia. Other news out recently, you signed a 10-year binding lease agreement to process phosphate in Brazil. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Well, we've looked at the feasibility study that was done in March 23. We've decided we can do it smarter. That was all about building a brand new plant, costing 30 million, taking 3 years to develop. Instead, we have found a processing facility that we can truck our ore to. We can lease that at very low cost, and we can achieve the same level of 300,000 tonnes per annum of phosphate production for only 5 million Australian. So, and we can get into production probably by September this year instead of going through a 2 to 3 year construction period. So we're trying to do it smart for our shareholders, and that will potentially be generating 20 or 30 million dollars a year cash flow by this time next year from the phosphate, and that's on an outlay of a maximum of 5 million Australian. So that's the smart way to do it.
Warwick, give us the investment case then for Aegea Resources.
We will be one of the lowest cost gold producers in the world, not producing a lot of ounces, but very high profit margin. But there's a bigger picture. We think we've got a very large mesothermal gold project that could easily have millions of ounces of gold. We haven't drilled it yet, but we're about to start drilling, funded by the cash flow from operations. And if you can get something that's very low cost and potentially millions of ounces, that makes us a very attractive company for corporates down the track. So um, that's pretty exciting in my book. The phosphate will be a good cash flow project. Eventually, we'll spin it out once we've proved its profitability. But the excitement's all in the gold right now.
Warwick, I hope you'll keep us posted on progress on both of those fronts. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Certainly will. Thank you, Stephen.
That's Aegea Resources Chairman Warwick Gregoire.